Let's meet a superstar reggae musician shaking up the industry. I'm Penny Lane, and In the Driver's Seat starts now. Welcome to In the Driver's Seat, where we delve into the lives of extraordinary individuals who drive their industries forward. In this episode, we speak to a reggae artist, Bugle, otherwise known as Roy Thompson, to dive into his journey into the music industry. Hi Bugle, how are you?
Hi Penny, how you doing? I'm doing good. I mean, I'm just getting over the flu a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm giving thanks. I'm okay.
Thanks so much for dialing in all the way from Jamaica. You're the first Jamaican guest we've had on the show. It's about noon for us here.
Okay, it's like 10:30 at night, 10 o'clock at night. 9:50.
You're a music star, so you'd be used to the late nights. So I'm dying to know more about you. Tell me a little bit about what your childhood was like and what it was like growing up in Jamaica.
Well, I grew up in the countryside. I live in the city now, of course, for a couple of years, but I grew up in the countryside. My mother and father got 11 kids.
11,
so
wow.
In a huge 11 kids, 6 girls and 5 boys. So I grew up in a huge family.
Lovely.
That taught me how to love and appreciate, not only my siblings but everyone.
Yeah.
And there's a certain things that I grew up in the church. I had to go to church every Sunday. Of course. We have to do prayer meetings. So that teach me how to be humble, that teach me how to always put a higher being in front, and appreciate life for what it is instead of just what you want it to be most times.
Yeah, that's lovely. And were you in the choir, did you say?
No, I wasn't in the choir.
And so when did you get into music?
Like at about age 10. Just keep on listening to the radio. Listening to the radio. I really love what I was hearing on the radio musically. There was a lot of live show that used to come on the radio during those days. And I used to stay up at nights as a 10-year-old kid just to hear what's going on the radio. Because I had a bigger brother. Unfortunately, he passed away. So I had a bigger brother who really loved music as well. So he would stay up and listen, and then I would just be there with him listening to everything.
And who was you listening to?
We were listening to like Peter Metro, Lieutenant Stitch, Papa San, because this is in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we listen. Those are the people we were listening to. The radio DJ at the time was a DJ by the name of Bagger Brown.
Yeah.
Barry G. Those are the people that we were listening to. And they were extremely influential, I grew up with so much respect for those people just by hearing them on the radio.
Yeah. Did any of those in particular influence you?
Papa's son, Lieutenant Stitchy, they influenced me from the get-go. When I just started writing songs, I used to turn around Lieutenant Stitchy's song. So instead of it referring to him, instead of that song referring to him and his lifestyle, I flip it to me and my lifestyle.
And your lifestyle.
How I learned.
Yeah,
that's how I learned.
You've got some really amazing songs. One of my favourite songs of all time is Rise Up. Tell me, where did you come up with the lyrics for that? And how that is not a #1 worldwide, I'll never know. But tell me a little bit about what inspired you to write that song.
So I usually wrote about my life and the struggles and people that, I see live that type of life on a daily basis. I am not the guy who is, overly excited. I love to see people happy, so I love to see people excited. But I'm more focused on the people who are not happy, who are not excited, because I want to help them to be happy and excited. So I usually write about, stuff like that. We smile, we bawl, we rise, we fall, but we will rise again. I love giving people a reason to live, a reason to see tomorrow, a reason to pray, a reason to accept and appreciate whatever they have. And, try their entire best to move forward to the next day with the little that you have today. So
Yeah.
I usually wrote about, you know, the struggles. I really love writing about stuff like that.
Yeah, I can tell that in your music, and even when you were talking, then I recognised some of those words, even in some of your songs. So even you've got a new album that's just coming out. There's one song on there in particular, "Happy to Be Alive," which is in the same vein as what you've just said. Then, where was you when you wrote that song?
Alive. So Alive is produced by a good friend of mine, Evidence Music, that is based out of Switzerland in Europe.
Yeah,
Those guys never come to Jamaica and they don't come and sit at my studio and host a
really.
musical vibe. Yeah, so every time they're in Jamaica, they would turn. I would know before they came to Jamaica. And they would just come to the studio and play a bunch of rhythm. And whatever rhythm I like, I would just sing. And that's how I record for them all the time. You know, so they come, they play the rhythms. I heard that one, I love it, and I just start singing. You know, I'm so happy to be alive. It's
It's
just,
such a
you
great
know, it is
song.
always. Yeah, thank you so much.
And when you're overcoming challenges yourself, what kind of strategies do you have?
Um, I've been through a lot. I really been through a lot. Being in Jamaica, living a ghetto life is within itself is a struggle. You
Yeah.
know, trying to get a break in an industry that is overly saturated with, you know, a lot of us looking for the same opportunity. Sometimes you have to be aggressive, and if you're not aggressive, then you get pushed aside. You understand?
Mm,
And as I say, I'm never the aggressive. I'm the calm person because I usually use what I have to get through, which is my lyrical content. So the thing with it is, as soon as you get a chance to listen to me, then you're going to pay me attention, and that is what I use throughout the years to get myself where I am at this point. You know, as soon as you start listening to my music, then you're gonna realize that, oh, he's powerful. I love
yeah.
what I'm hearing. I
Yeah.
usually
Amazing.
use that. Even, yeah, if people keep pushing you left or right, I just really want you to hear what I have to say, and then I know you can't push me no more.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your creative process. Like, how does it all start? Does it start with the sound, the words, what is it that, how does it all start for you?
It it's unpredictable.
Is
It's
it?
really yeah. It depends on the mood. I can be here doing this interview with you, and you say one thing that give me a whole idea for a song.
I want the
I can be
rights then.
listening to. I know, right? I can be here listening to some music, some instrumental, and boom, I came up with something. Back then, in those days, I used to write in book. Like I would have like 2, 3 book just filled with lyrics. You know, a lot of stuff that I would have just wrote down on a daily basis. But I don't do it like that anymore. I guess growth,
Yeah.
you know, the more you live, the more you learn. So you grow and you start doing things different. Now I record I don't save lyrics. No, what I save is melodies. So I tend
Mm.
to just record them on my phone to make sure I don't forget the melody. I have a big bamboo tree in my yard outside.
Yeah.
So I stay under that bamboo tree and wrote albums after albums. This is my sixth album, and I stay under that bamboo tree and wrote fifth of those
Wow.
albums.
All in the same place. And you've collaborated with some amazing people. Who's been the most fun to collaborate with?
Um, I don't know. It is always exciting to work with another artist.
Yeah.
Um, I just work with some people that I've never worked with before, and it was such a joy. It felt so good to be working with people that you look up to and people who you idolize, and you even talk great about them for years, and then you end up
Yeah.
having an album and have those people on your album. So my current album, which is coming out on the 23rd, I have a lot of people that I've never worked with before that I always wanted to work with, but I was just waiting on the right time. So
Yeah.
I have Buju Banton and Junior Gang, I have Buju Banton and Junior
Wow.
Gang on one track. which is history because Buju Banton and Junior Gang has never done a song before.
Haven't they? Oh, I love both of those. A big
Yeah,
fan of Damian Marley and Stephen Marley. Amazing.
big song. I also
Yeah.
have Maxi Priest. I have Maxi Priest on this album as well.
Yeah, I grew up listening to
Barrington
him.
Levy.
Oh, did you? I
Yeah.
love Black Roses, his song.
Yeah, I also have Capleton on this project as well.
Wow.
Yeah, just to name a few of the superstar that I get the opportunity to work with on this.
Yeah, and
particular
did you know them growing up? Or how do you all connect and collaborate together? How do you make those connections?
As I always say, I could not use nothing other than respect to get these people on my project. They see the work that I've been doing throughout the years.
Yeah.
They know the type of person that I'm is through my music. So when I reach out to Buju and say I wanted to do a song with you, he said yes, he's ready. I linked Junior Gang and I said, listen, I have an album I come out and I really want a strength. And he said, yeah, ready, send me the idea. And I sent it to him and that was it. I went to Capleton and I said, I have a song that I want to add for my album. Him said, give me a minute, may I do some dub plate, me soon come. When him done do the dub plate, him jump in him car and him drive behind me and come in my studio and record it.
Wow.
Maxi Priest was on tour and I sent it to him on the last minute and he came off tour host and have 1 day and used that 1 day to record
To
that
work
song
with
for
you.
me.
How fabulous. He's such a legend
it's-
too, isn't he?
Yeah, I really couldn't use money to get this. The only
Yeah.
thing I could use to get all these people on this project is respect.
More
And that
power to
teach me
you.
something.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
I cannot believe we're almost out of time. There's so much I want to talk to you about. If you had to give some advice to someone trying to break into the reggae music industry, what would it be?
Be yourself. It is so important for you to just be yourself. Sometimes you're doing something and you think that you're not getting where you want to get to because people is not listening to what you are doing. People love changes, people love new sound, people love new things, but there's a lot of the time when people just caught up in other stuffs until them get the chance to really pay attention to you. And I can say that from my personal experience because I get my break during the time when dancehall was at extremely high peak, and this was when Vybz Kartel and Movada was going at it lyrically. That was a crazy time, 2007 in dancehall, and that's when I come out and sing something totally different from what they was doing at the time, and it come out to be one of the biggest songs in Jamaica. Exercise every day and I'm still not fit. So being myself is what get me here. Being myself is why I'm still standing out here. Being myself is the only reason why I can have people like Buju Banton and Junior Gang and Maxi Priest and Barrington Levy and Capleton on my project. So be yourself is the best thing you could have ever do for yourself.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing that with us. Good luck with the new album. Absolutely love your music and hoping that everyone in Australia is going to be listening to your new album. Thank you so much, Bugle.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Enough love, enough respect.
In the Driver's Seat is brought to you by the Perfect Cosmetics Company. Join me next time to learn from more industry legends about how you can take the wheel and steer your life in the right direction. This is Ticker and we'll be right back.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.